Hello, I'm Dylan.
And I'm Kiyan.
And this is Trust Your Doctor, that podcast where we burn down London. Because this week we watched The Visitation.
Written by Eric Saward.
Directed by Peter Moffat.
And aired in February of 1982.
Yeah, so, The Visitation. I've already actually seen this serial before this. It was the fifth Doctor serial I had already seen. So
yeah, it spoils nothing.
Yeah, absolutely spoiler-free. Mostly.
No, it pretty much is like 100%, except if you count like knowing that all three of the current companions are still here at this point, a spoiler.
Yeah, well, I had to spoil when the companions leave because I had to choose a serial with it. Because when I watched it originally, I chose it for the club that I ran to watch. I had to spoil when all the companions leave so I could choose a serial that wasn't a companion leaving. Luckily, I've forgotten all of those departures except for one.
Except for Tegan.
No, that one I had spoiled to me a week ago by the official freaking Doctor Who Twitter feed.
Nowhere safe, no.
Well, because I guess every couple of days they go through, like...
all the Doctor Who episodes and decide to spoil them, no.
Well, like, they're posting pictures of the serials, and then they just post a picture of a serial, and they're like, Tegan leaves in this one, crying emoji, and I'm like, thanks. So, there you go.
Yeah, the Doctor Who Twitter is only for the old hats. The jaded and cynical fans, no.
Are we not jaded and cynical yet?
We're getting there.
Okay. The Visitation. It starts with...
Not exactly aptly named, for once.
No, it's named after one line that Terileptals says.
Yeah.
Once again named after one random line in the serial.
Yeah. Still better than Full Circle.
It starts with the Doctor and Co, right? The Doctor's trying to get Tegan back to Heathrow.
And he succeeds, kind of.
Yeah, he misses by about 400 years.
Yeah, they wind up in the 1600s in a forest where Heathrow will be. Tegan makes some remark about buying land right now.
Yeah, so the Doctor's like, let's go look outside. So they go outside and they're looking through the forest, and then they see some sketchy people, and Tegan's like, I think we should go back to the TARDIS. And the Doctor's like, for once I agree with you. And they turn around and get immediately captured.
Yep.
Well, sort of captured. They make a break for it.
Yeah, so the plague is rampant, and these guys are out in the woods hunting visitors. Because they don't want to die. They have some sulfur burning, I guess, because that's supposedly going to help, but it actually doesn't, I guess. We could have had the plague mask things. Those look pretty cool, but we didn't.
No, instead we got,
Still want the next Doctor to be the Plague Doctor.
We got, what was his name? The noted thespian and highwayman.
The guy was really...
Richard Mace.
Richard Mace. Terrible actor. Extraordinary. I don't know. But yeah, for an actor, this guy certainly was bad at acting.
I liked him.
I mean...
I thought he was funny.
He was funny, but he delivered all of his lines with the exact same inflection.
Maybe that's just his voice.
No, it's not just his voice. It's really not. I mean...
Do you know for certain?
It just seemed like he wasn't responding to any of the other characters. Most of the time.
I disagree.
Well, I agree with myself.
Well, that's not a surprise. I don't know. I don't think he was as bad as you're making him out to be. Not to say he was as good as the Doctor in the regular cast, but...
Yeah, no, he wasn't. Well, they find him sitting up in a tree.
Yeah, and he's like, so if you guys want to live, you should come with me.
Well, it rhymed.
So they go with him to some sketchy barn, and he's like, yeah, so now that there's a plague, I can't put on any performances, so now I'm a highwayman.
Seems legit. They're like, so is this your barn? He's like, nope. Actually, they don't ask that. They just assume that he is borrowing it, and he is.
Yeah, he shows him this necklace that he has, and Nissa's all, this isn't from Earth. The Doctor's like, yep, I agree, let's go explore the loft. So he's going up, and then I think Adric is like, hey, I want to come. And he's like, okay, no. Nissa goes with him, and then he tells Adric and Tegan to stay on the bottom.
We forgot to mention the very opening scene with the family. Just sitting there eating and also sharpening some knives or something. And they die.
Yeah, they all get brutally murdered. So the Doctor and Adric are like, if we can find something else that survived this crash, because Richard Mace reveals that like 3 weeks back there was a meteor or
shooting star or something.
Whatever the heck. I know we...
I guess we're posting it again.
We had a discussion on the difference like twice now, but...
On triple play. Gotta get that name drop in.
So the Doctor's like, well, if we can find something else that survived, then maybe we'll find out what these alien dudes are. And Richard reveals that the like Lord or whatever nearby hasn't been seen for 3 weeks. The Doctor's like, let's go investigate.
And the Doctor recognizes his necklace as an alien piece of technology or like a jewel or something.
Yeah. So they go visit the what's his name? The dude in the carriage who drives by and they're like, he almost killed me. It's like, no, he didn't. The Miller. Like, he almost killed us. Like, no, you could just get out of the way. It's a horse-drawn carriage.
Oh, yeah.
Like, easy peasy.
We forgot to mention Adric falls down and, like, injures himself somehow. And I made note of it because when he gets up, he's like, it's just a flesh wound. I'm like, are you the Black Knight from what's it called?
Monty Python.
Yeah.
No, he's worse. Adric does surprisingly little in this serial.
He does enough. One of the few things...
He does the least of all the companions in the serial.
One of the few things... Well, I mean, that's kind of good, because I'm pretty sure if he had done more, he would have messed everything up, or just been an insufferable little insert word here, like he usually is. But one of the few things I liked about this serial was that it felt like all the characters were doing enough.
Yeah, enough.
And Nyssa kind of...
But it's still kind of like they're throwing some of them to the wayside.
I wouldn't say so, but...
They're doing it less than they have before, but I definitely think they are, to some extent. I mean, just take a look at Richard. Richard Mace did more than all the companions in this serial.
That's because Eric Saward probably thought he had created a great character that everyone would love. But he hadn't.
Yeah,
or they just didn't get the best actor.
Well, I only point that out because that role could have been taken by one of the companions, you know, the thing the companions are supposed to do.
Yeah, Richard Mace really didn't need to be in this. But I don't know, the more I look back on seasons 1 and 2, the more I think we didn't really give Barbara enough credit, because we were always like, oh, Barbara didn't do anything, Barbara didn't do anything, and then the more I look back on it, the more I realize she might have not taken action that much, but she was there through dialogue and character interaction.
So what you're saying is she didn't do anything, but she was there.
No, she contributed to the
by existing
characters.
Is what you're saying.
No. She contributed through interaction with the other characters and through dialogue is what I'm saying.
Yeah, so by talking with someone, not by actually doing things in the traditional sense, like going out and killing someone.
But that doesn't mean she didn't do anything.
I guess.
She didn't take physical action, and we kind of crapped on her for that, but...
We didn't crap on her. No, we crapped on the writers.
Yeah, I guess. But, I don't know. I think that we'll have to save that more for when we inevitably go back and watch season 1 again.
Inevitably? Well, I
felt like that this was kind of the same case. Nyssa kind of disappears for a bit.
Everyone kind of disappears for a bit. Tegan goes off and gets captured. Adric goes looking for the TARDIS for an episode. And Nyssa just dicks around in said TARDIS for an episode.
overall, I still felt that they were all doing enough, at least.
I still feel like they could be doing more.
Yeah, if they had just not had Mace, Serial probably would have been a lot better without him. And maybe with a stronger villain. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know anything. They make it to the house, and it's locked. So the doctor decides to take Nissa.
Darn. Guess we can't do anything. Might as well just leave.
Now the doctor decides to take Nissa, and he's like, here we go. We're going to go break in the window. Tegan, Adric, you stay with Mace. So they break in the window, and they look through the house, and there's a stairway with a wall at the bottom. They're like, why would anyone do this?
Because he's Dr. Seuss.
Well, that's kind of the end of episode 1. They let the other people in, and then the doctor disappears through the wall. Well, the android shows up, and that's how episode 1 ends.
Yeah, the android. The kind of out-of-place android. I think it might have been better if it was another Terileptal killing everyone.
Instead
and
of
not just some random android.
The bling android.
Okay, I kind of liked the android, but if you played Undertale, it reminded me of one of the characters from that. You should play it.
I own it. I haven't played it.
God. Okay. You're one of those people. Anyway.
I had it gifted to me.
Oh.
I don't buy games unless I play them, so.
Good.
Yeah, the doctor discovers that you can phase through the brick wall.
Yeah. Convenient. Wish I could do that.
Turns out that brick wall is a fake and a phony. But they get through. The android's like, I'm going to kill you all. And they're like, oh, shoot, better run away.
Except it doesn't talk.
Yeah, it just shoots them. Shoots Tegan. Tegan and Adric, and then Nissa, Doctor, and Mace escape out the front door. And then the Terileptals show up and start torturing Tegan and Adric.
Yeah.
Torture, I mean, he straps them to a chair and is like, tell me what you know.
Shines a light in their eyes. No. Yeah, so the Terileptals they look like a cross between the Silurians and Shrek.
They look like giant lizards.
One of them doesn't have an eye, by the way. The main one.
Yeah, I liked their design though. I mean, the costume the costume execution left a lot to be desired. But I liked the design.
I guess they had sort of these little tendril-y looking things coming off of them. Yeah, the costume wasn't all there.
The costume just looked like latex pieces the guy was wearing. And the mouth barely moved. Anyway, Adric just goes and runs his mouth about everything. He basically gives in, like, immediately.
2 more weeks? No. So he runs off at some point to go back
he
to the
escapes. It's the Doctor and Nissa trying to go back to the TARDIS, and Mace is like, well, I'm out. And then
Peace.
He discovers a spaceship, and the Doctor's like, well, let's go inside. And Mace is like, guess I'm back in.
So they go inside, and it's a lot bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, and Mace is like, what the heck? What's up with that? And the Doctor says that most of it is underground. Yeah. And I was like, is most of it really underground, or is it just like the TARDIS?
No, I think most of it was underground.
Okay.
Well, it did crash, so makes sense that it would get buried.
I guess, or they just buried it by hand. That would have taken a while.
Why would they do that?
I don't know. I didn't know why the Terileptal just kind of wandered around outside without any sort of disguise. And everyone was just, I mean, he was controlling the Miller, but everyone, well, I guess it was just the Miller who saw him, but he seemed pretty okay with it. No one really noticed the giant green lizard thing walking around.
They're all just, he's probably got the plague. So the Doctor and Nyssa and Mace are in the little spaceship when all of a sudden the townspeople show up to attack. They're like, oh shoot. So they escape out the back door. And, oh yeah, Mace got drunk in the house back when the android showed up.
Yeah, he was looking for water for like a long time, and they found some wine. He's like, even better.
And then Adric's like, what does wine taste like? Mace is all, nectar.
The nectar of life. No.
And Adric's like, what does nectar taste like? And Mace is like, ugh. Yeah, so he's drunk. That comes into play because they make it to a barn, a different barn. And they find a horse. I think it's the miller's barn, actually. And Mace is like, are you capable of carrying a tired thespian?
See, he delivers all of his lines in the exact same way.
Hey, well, at least you could
with the same exact hand motion every line.
At least you could tell he was drunk, though. Although he seems to sober up pretty quickly when they all draw swords on him in the next scene.
Yeah, the townspeople show back up and they're like, yeah, we're gonna kill you.
Oh yeah, they split up. They sent Nyssa to the TARDIS to build a sonic defibrillator thing.
To build something or the other. This is when she kind of falls off the map for a while. Except those scenes of her getting frustrated and kicking stuff.
This is about the time Adric falls off the map, too. We don't see him again until he shows up outside the TARDIS.
What was he doing in this interim? Contracting the plague?
That would suck.
Maybe that's why he... Never mind.
When he falls, he gets back up and Tegan's like, are you okay? And he's like,
it's just
Alzarians are different than humans.
Yeah, he says they heal faster. And maybe they do.
Yeah, he's really cocky about it, too.
Yeah, he is really cocky about it. So yeah, the Doctor and Mace are about to be killed.
Oh yeah, the Doctor's like, not again.
Execution style. But then Death shows up.
To claim their souls.
Yep. And
that's actually just the android.
Just the android in a scream mask.
Yeah.
I guess like 3 weeks on Earth were enough to figure out that they're afraid of guys in black robes with white faces.
Well, they escape. The Doctor and Mace escape. They're like, yeah, we escaped. Not really. They actually get taken to the Terileptals. They don't escape. The only escape they get is the guy comes in and is like, yeah, the leader wants to talk to them. Kill him. They're like, ah, darn. Yeah, they're taken to the Terileptals, where Tegan has been mind-controlled with little bracelet things, too.
Yeah, she's been interrogated, actually, along with Adric. And Adric does the...
Yeah, he spills all the beans.
Yeah, what he usually does. And I was like, great, Adric siding with the enemy yet again. So yeah, then they mind-control Tegan for a bit. And at some point during this, it's revealed that there are 2 more Terileptals somewhere.
In
Spoiler,
London.
they're in London. Wonder why they chose London as their base. Well,
because it was the nearest big city. Because their plan. Yeah, the Terileptal reveals that they're going to kill everyone on Earth with the plague that they've genetically modified and inserted into rats.
Yeah. The Doctor's like, you'll never coexist that way. And he's like, yeah, we're not planning to. We're just going to kill everyone. And I'm like, yeah, killing everyone on Earth with rats, that's definitely going to work. Not going to leave even a couple around.
Well, if they leave just a couple, they can gun them down with those laser guns that they have.
Yeah, if they're planning on killing everyone on Earth, and they're, like, based in London. Oh, I'm guessing they tried Loch Ness, but the Zygons were already there, so they just chose London.
No, the Zygons don't show up in Loch Ness for another 400 years in the 1970s.
Yeah, but they'd been there for like 500 years or like 1,000 years, remember?
They should have teamed up with the Zygons.
Yeah.
Been like, hey, you're an evil alien race, we're an evil alien race. We both want to destroy the humans. This could work.
Yeah, especially since their individual plans are so crap on their own.
That's what the master does. It's like, hey, you want to do this thing? I can help you do this thing. Let's do the thing.
Yeah, well, they're not very bright. So.
Well, he does destroy the Dr. Sonic screwdriver. Finally. It doesn't come back
Finally
for all
gone.
of the classic series. It's gone now.
Thank God.
Till the TV movie, I think. No, yeah, Eric Saward originally wrote a scene at the end where the Doctor picks up a new one from like a room inside the TARDIS that's just filled with sonic screwdrivers. And John Nathan Turner was like, "No, I've been trying to kill the sonic screwdriver for a long time. I'm taking that scene out." So it's dead. It's officially dead.
For a while.
Well, yeah, till the TV movie, which for us is like a year from now. So
for a while, thank goodness.
Yeah, the Doctor. Mace also gets mind controlled with the little bracelet thing.
Yeah, the Terileptals like, try anything funny and your friends will kill you, Doctor.
We got the scene where Mace again tries to get out, and he's like, "I'm just gonna stay in the forest." And the Doctor's like, "Okay, you're gonna wait for the android then?" Mace is all, "Oh, you really know how to bring out the cowardice, don't you?" And he decides to go with the Doctor because he doesn't want to wait for the android that's gonna gun everyone down.
Seems pretty easy to avoid the android.
They should just send the android to kill everyone.
No, the android seems... I mean, if you know it's an android, it seems pretty easy to stay out of its way.
Yeah, but it also seems indestructible, so they should send that to kill everyone instead of using rats. Probably be more efficient and more likely to work.
Well, I guess that's why they wanted the TARDIS, so they could go get more androids.
Yeah, the plan for the TARDIS isn't like, take over Earth in the past or anything. It's get more androids.
Yeah, actually, no, their plan actually would probably be feasible if they use the TARDIS to, like, dart around Earth and just infect everyone. But no, they're just going to use it to go get more androids. Maybe from Tara. Or maybe from wherever Robots of Death was. I forgot.
That random dune planet.
Arrakis? No.
Anyway. Meanwhile, in the TARDIS, Tegan is kicking some things, and Adric's like...
I mean Nyssa.
Nyssa.
That's becoming a new trend, confusing Nyssa and Tegan.
Adric's all, Nyssa!
And then Nyssa makes some snarky remarks who, if were directed at anyone other than Adric, you would have been like, what the heck, Nyssa? What the heck? But they're directed at Adric, so you're like, good job, Nyssa.
Yeah, he gets chased by some townspeople, and then Nyssa lets him into the TARDIS, and he's like, we should go find the Doctor. And Nyssa's like, well, if you go look for the Doctor, then you might get lost, and then we'll have to send a search party for you.
Yeah, pretty good point, which is why Adric doesn't listen to it. So they just need to get the TARDIS working. Well, Adric is like, I can pilot the TARDIS, which he can, but apparently he can't anymore, so... Or it's just not working, so he hits it once, and yeah. This is like, what would the Doctor do? And Adric's like, well, you'd probably get mad, and then he hits the TARDIS and it works.
Yeah, that's in episode 4, after they kill the android. But yeah, so episode 3 ends with the Doctor trying to tell Tegan not to open the rat enclosure, and she starts doing it, and the Doctor's like, no! And then in episode 4, Mace tries to kill him, and the Doctor just punches him, and then, oh man, we forgot the scene where the Doctor, like, Venusian Aikidos someone in the forest when the townspeople show up and they start fighting, and the Doctor punches him in the stomach and chucks him over his shoulder. Do you remember that?
I guess, yeah.
Anyway, he punches Mace.
He beats up Mace and Tegan.
Well, when you put it like that... He just kind of grabs...
Getting all third Doctor.
He just kind of grabs the thing from Tegan and then rips the control circuit off her wrist, and she's like, oh, what happened? Doctor's like, you tried to kill everyone in the world. Mace is like, oh man, I'm feeling pretty bad. But Mace undoes the locks on the Doctor's handcuffs with a bobby pin, and he tries to unlock the door, and the Doctor uses the gun.
Safety pin, actually.
Safety pin, yeah. And the Doctor uses the gun to shoot the door, and Mace is all, you missed.
And then, I mean, what did he hit? Like the lock mechanism, or like a lock on the other side? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Mace really did unlock it, and the Doctor just actually did waste the bullet. I don't know.
Well, it opens.
Yeah, that's the important part. They get out.
Yeah, the house is all locked up because the Terileptal leader noped out to go to London to enact their plan.
Terileptal A, you mean?
The Terileptal leader.
B was the one on the right when they were hiding behind the door. C was the one on the left.
I think you're just making this up somehow.
No, I'm not.
Can you cite your sources?
Yeah, it's in the credits. You didn't see Terileptal A, B, and C? You should go back and watch that.
I don't believe you.
That's why you should go back and watch it. To find out whether or not I'm...
What if I go back and watch it and you're wrong?
Up. I never said I was right, but I'm implying
But
it.
you're citing your source as the credits.
Well, you'll just have to go back and check.
No. Too lazy.
All right.
But I'll just not believe you.
Okay. I'm totally kidding, by the way. They're not.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah.
I mean, considering I do watch the credits.
I mean, but now you'll never know whether I'm lying or not. So you should go back and watch the credits, which you're not going to do.
No, I'm not.
But I guess it doesn't matter because they all croak since they're frogs. So no,
they're not. No, they're not.
They kind of look like frogs.
What frogs are you thinking of?
Well, they're green. Their faces too, a bit.
Yeah, less like a frog and more like a lizard, though.
Yeah, well, I mean, frogs only have one eye, so. Just kidding.
What? What?
Yeah, they actually have like kind of a backstory, or at least the leader, Terileptal A, does. Because the doctor mentioned, he notices the one-eyedness of him.
The one-eyedness.
One-eyedness. And he's like, oh, you've been to jail on Prison Planet, haven't you? And he's like, yep, I'm a fugitive. That's why we can't go back to our home planet. That's why we're going to kill everyone on Earth. And the doctor's like, there's plenty of uninhabited planets that you could peaceably live on. And he's like, nah, no, we're just going to kill everyone here. That's pretty much his only reason. He's like, yeah, we don't want to live on a backwater planet in the middle of nowhere, even though many alien races have already classified Earth as a backwater planet in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So the doctor goes with Mace to chase down the Terileptals. He regroups with everyone because Adric pilots the TARDIS into the house. And the doctor stands there. No, into the house because all the doors are locked. They can't get out. TARDIS shows up. The doctor's like face palming because Adric isn't able to get it to materialize.
Oh yeah.
Then it opens up and the doctor's like, and he goes in and he's like, good job, Nissa. Because she killed the android.
Yeah, she killed the android with that contraption she was making.
Yeah.
So she's on the kill count now.
Yeah.
Poor android. Not really.
Just an android. I guess that's the feeling that led to the Matrix.
Yeah. They're gonna remember this when they take over.
Yeah,
they're gonna remember that joke. Everyone who's made they're gonna remember this when they take over jokes is gonna get killed.
Are they?
Yeah.
Have you heard of that thought experiment? It's like, if we build an AI, it would be advanced enough to run a simulation of everyone on Earth, and it would know all the people who are against the AI, even if they don't say it. So it would kill everybody who's against the AI, even if they don't explicitly ever say it out loud.
Sounds dumb. It's just like the Terileptals trying to kill everyone.
You know, I mean, most AIs try to kill everyone.
What?
In TV shows. We haven't actually made an artificial intelligence that's intelligent enough to be autonomous yet.
You sure?
Yet. Yes, actually. I am.
But you can't be 100% sure.
And I'm 99% sure, and that's all that matters.
That's not enough for me.
Well, that doesn't matter. You'll never know if I'm correct or not, because you're never going to check anyway.
No, I'm not.
Exactly.
So go back and watch those credits.
No.
Those sick credits. I don't think we ever actually mentioned the new intro and credits. Maybe we did.
I mean,
I don't know.
All they did was replace Tom Baker's face with Peter Davison's. I don't think we mentioned that.
And the logo. The logo looks...
It's pretty much
looks like
the
a neon
same.
sign.
It's pretty much... That's the same one they used at the Fourth Doctor's final season.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The only thing they changed was Tom Baker's face to Peter Davison.
I don't remember anymore. Oh, yeah, I guess we did mention it way back in season 18. They should have just saved it for when they changed doctors, to be honest. But oh well.
Well, they didn't know when they made that title sequence that was Tom's final season, because he didn't decide till halfway through the season.
No. They still should have just saved it.
Yeah, without knowing.
Yeah. Anyway, they go to London, and long story short, they end up starting a fire. It kills the Terileptals, and that's one of the many fires, I think, that burned down London, so there you go. Sort of a little origin story / ideology.
You're forgetting that Mace comes in with the rifle, and he's like, I'm going to kill you. And the Terileptal's like, come in.
They hide behind the door and jump them.
And then they all start beating each other up. Tegan runs in and like picks up the rifle and starts hitting a Terileptal with it instead of, shooting him.
Well, maybe she didn't want to kill him. She just wanted to beat him nearly to death.
Yeah, well, the Doctor drops the torch he was carrying.
Maybe she's secretly on the Terileptal side, and she's just like, I'm going to pretend to hit you.
She's pulling an Adric.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Adric doesn't do anything in this scene, by the way. She kind of stands in the back like, yeah. Maybe he's secretly hoping the Doctor dies so he can take the TARDIS and go on his own adventures.
Maybe.
Joining evil people around the galaxy.
That would be interesting, just traveling around helping evil aliens.
Triumph?
Yeah.
That'd be terrible.
I might watch it.
You would watch a show carried by Matthew Waterhouse.
Why not? It would be pretty funny.
Yeah, because all of the actors I get every week would be better than him. Okay, that's not fair. He was decently okay in this serial.
Decently okay. Well,
maybe that's because he didn't really say that much.
Well, yeah, I think what we said about him a couple weeks ago still holds true, is that he's better than how he started, but he's not good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, they start this fire, and then they kind of just leave.
The Deacon's like, shouldn't we put that out? And the Doctor's like, nah, I think we should let that run its course.
Yeah, so that's one of the fires of London.
Yeah.
I think there were multiple ones. I don't really know, but yeah.
It zooms in on Pudding Lane.
I think this was the one that was supposedly started by a cow kicking down a lamp or something.
Something like that.
But no, actually it was just aliens.
Yeah, wait, no. The Fourth Doctor once mentioned that he was wrongly accused of starting the Great Fire of London, which actually means he was correctly accused of starting the Great Fire of London. He just hadn't done it yet.
I don't know.
And apparently there's also a short story where the first Doctor's in London at this time. So the wiki's like, there might be 3 incarnations of the Doctor in London right now at this moment in time. One of which starts the Great Fire of London. So, there you go. That's how the serial ends.
Yeah.
The Visitation.
Really mediocre serial, I would say.
I liked it better than the ones before it this season.
What? I liked Kinda more.
You don't have to agree with me.
No, I don't. And I don't. I don't have to, and I don't. But, once again, I think Mace was like a really weak character.
Well, I thought he was pretty funny, and it made it more enjoyable to watch.
He was, in my opinion.
I still think that his character was kind of redundant, though, because the things he did should have been done by one of the companions, like Adric, who disappeared to go look for the TARDIS, or
really?
Nyssa.
You want Adric to do more?
I want a companion to do more.
Yeah, I want either Nyssa or Tegan to do more, and Adric to kind of just do a little bit and then not really do anything else. But again, I think they were there through their dialogue. There was some funny stuff here, and some nice character interaction with Adric and Nyssa, I guess. And yeah, I think we should give them credit for at least doing that.
For trying.
There was something else I wanted to say about this, but I thought the villains were kind of weak. I mean,
the Terileptals?
Yeah. I mean, they didn't... I think it would have been better if they showed up a little earlier.
Well, it's just the generic paint-by-numbers villain wants to kill everyone on Earth because they want to take it over.
I don't know.
That, like, every villain does.
The android was kind of cool, but maybe it should have been...
It was all blinged out.
Yeah.
Maybe they should have been all androids, and they should have been like, the humans wouldn't understand us because we're androids, and they don't understand our technology. And that's why they're killing everyone on Earth.
I think they could have just kept the same backstory, but had them be androids. That would have been kind of nice instead
Vindictive android from a prison planet?
Yeah, why not?
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think... I don't know what I'm saying. I was going to say that I think the companions should have done more, and that's all I really wish from the serial, because God, Richard Mace taking all of their time.
No real interesting locations either, just regular old forests. And I guess going into the alien spaceship was kind of nice.
Yeah, the alien spaceship was the best set of the serial.
Yeah. Other than that, just kind of generic rooms and forests. Which,
and basement.
If you live in an area like that, it might be... You might enjoy it more, but I have no attachment to anything like that, so yeah.
Yeah, well, that forest doesn't even exist anymore because it's where Heathrow was going to be. Although, to be honest, it's probably just a forest out back behind the BBC Centre.
BBC is like right in the middle of London.
Yeah. Do they film this? Do they film the classic series at the London BBC? I don't actually know, because I know the reboot is filmed at the one in Cardiff.
I have no idea.
That's something to look up later.
Anyway, yeah, I think we're out of things to say here.
Yeah, so email us at drdecorativevegetable.com. Questions, comments, concerns, angry rants, love letters, Terileptal ideas. They show up again in some prose as minor secondary antagonists, I think. Actually, I want to see the Doctor's first meeting with the Terileptals, because he knew a lot about their culture and customs for some reason.
Yeah, that one aspect of their culture that they threw in there.
Check us out on YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play, all at Trust Your Doctor. Leave a rating if you like the show. Shout out to that guy who comments on all of our YouTube videos. You're the man. I just want you to know that we see your comments. We just haven't replied to them.
Also check us out on Facebook, Trust Your Doctor, and like us on Facebook, and also check us out on Twitter, TYD Podcast, and follow us on Twitter. And next week, we watch Black Orchid. But until then, the end.